Well, good evening and welcome to the SHAC. It's 3 minutes to 7, so we're just getting ready to start a little doodling session. I'm hoping that we've got some friends in the building. I know that our darling Grace is live from Brooklyn. She's going to be in the room with you. And while we're waiting for our friends to come in, let me just check the volume on this because I don't want to be too loud. Let me just check the volume. I forgot to do that. Gracie, if you could just let me know. Let me just adjust it slightly so that we're not too loud. There you go. And even if I get excited, I'm not going to blow the doors off. That should be better. So Grace, is the volume good? Good evening, Helen. Great to have your company. And what's the weather like in your neck of the woods? Sound is good, says Grace. Thank you. Very important. Now, it was on the loud side, but better now. There you go. Just a little bit of tweaking does the job. You just got to know how, haven't you? So let's have a little cup of tea and let's get ready for our friends to come in, and then we'll continue with our kimono. Good. I really liked what we did on Monday. I thought that would look good. So I thought we'd finish off the background today with the inks. It's grey and chilly in South London. It sure is. Okay, sound and vision, all good. Good. Yeah, we've had a little bit of a problem with the quality of the output here from this studio. You see, the one at work, the one at Clarity Towers that that Paul uses, it has a dedicated line, so it's 100% output. It's just nothing will affect it. Whereas here, you know, over the last few months, I've been telling you they're building more and more and more houses, and now we've combined that with the summer holidays, so all the kids are home and they're all on their tablets, and so that affects the internet here. Gracie says she's having issues with YouTube. So perhaps Dave and Grace could collaborate and see. And Ken, good to see you. Just let me know that the quality is good. Next Tuesday, BT are coming here and they're going to beef up our system here. So then it should be vastly improved. But you know how it is. You just have to keep your eye on the internet and make sure. But we'll be fine. We'll be fine. And failing everything else, I'll just have to go to Clarity Towers to do the SHAC, which I have been doing for months, haven't I? So it's not a problem. We're not going to lose touch. We had a beautiful day in Aberdeen. Well, I'm so glad to hear it. Watching the dolphins, but it's very wet now. Tell you what, though, I think I would rather be living here where it rains frequently than there where it's so hot you can't leave the house. There you go. Good. Dave says, I'm watching on YouTube and it's fine here. Alrighty. I think Grace has got bad weather in New York, actually. But there you go. One of the lovely things about the SHAC is that we're from all over the world, you know. I really like the fact that that the internet can bring us together from all over the world, don't you? I tell you what, it's bloody hot in here though. Considering it's raining, it's persisting outside. It's definitely hot here. So, but it's raining. Shall I open the window? Yes, I shall. Stay there a minute. Let me just open the window a minute. I think if I open the window, get some fresh air in, and that might help a bit. Okay? A little bit of fresh air. See if that helps. Oh, yeah, a bit of breeze. Bit through breeze. Bit loud on that side. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'll show you what we're doing and I'll just set up my fan. Yes, not just a pretty face. There you go. This is what we're up to. Remember, we did the kimono. Let me just rig up my fan for a minute and then that will help me. There we go. Just got really warm in here suddenly. I can't do this for now. Okay. See if that helps. 2 and high speed. Right, that'll help. That'll help. Okay, is that too loud or is that? Oh yeah. Oh, heaven. Well, that's nice. Apparently, it's going to get really, really warm over the weekend. Well, we'll see. But next week's the retreats. So it's going to cool down by Tuesday. So by the time all our friends start coming towards Ditton for our clarity retreats, it will be cooling down again. Fear not. Matt said, if you are coming, wear something loose and comfortable, just in case it starts to get a little bit bakey in the workshop. Yeah, I'll make sure they switch the heating off this year. I know, it's all fun and games. Well, I'll tell you what we'll do then. Yeah, there you go. We've got nearly 60 people in the room. Perfect. So what we'll do is we'll just start, shall we, with our kimono. The reason I want to kind of put closure to the K for kimono today is because we're having a little break. So I'm gonna stop the shack now for a few weeks actually, because firstly, next week it's the retreat all week. So that's those two out of the question, because we've got guests coming and I shall be busy at the retreats. And then the week after it's TV. So, you know, I have to go up I have to go up the night before. So that isn't going to happen. So I just thought, why don't we just have a summer recess? Okay, just take a break. Because in September, of course, our darling Mark's getting married. And then we're running around. It's wedding season. Okay, so let's take a break. And I put it in your diary. So today's the last time we're going to get together in the shack for a few weeks. Put it in your diary. The shack recommences, we recommence on October Monday the 7th. Okay, October Monday the 7th, 10 o'clock in the morning. We're back in the shack and we'll be doing KL. L for something. So let's decide tonight maybe what we could do for L. L. So many different things. Okay, I just keep thinking L for London, but that's because I live next door, I suppose. But think about L, okay? So we'll do something with L. And that's on Monday the 7th of October. Then Tuesday the 8th, Wednesday the 9th, Thursday the 10th of October. Thursday the 10th of October, we've got a craft along. We've scheduled the craft along. Do you remember the lovely layout plates, the trees and the silhouettes that I did a couple of weeks ago? When I did the one with the plates, with the landscapes, we're doing a craft along on the Thursday night at 7 o'clock. So Monday we've got the shack, Thursday we've got the craft along, and then on the Saturday, which is the 12th of October, we've actually put in place and officially teed up the first of my online classes. So that's already a product. It's already there. Alpha Lighthouse. Oh my God, Dave, you're gifted. Yeah, because we're doing the lighthouse, aren't we? Of course we are. We're doing the lighthouse in the craft along. So not in the craft along, in the online course. We're doing that lovely paper collage. I'll tell you all about that. But just to let you know, the product is already on the website. Of course, it's getting cold in here now. The product is already on the website. Let me turn the speed down. Right. Product's on the website and it's already selling very well. In fact, we've only got a maximum of 100 places and 25 of them have already gone. There you are. That happened this afternoon already. So you know, it's great. It's great. I'm very flattered and excited that 25 people have already signed up, and I haven't even officially launched it yet. So that's exciting. And I'll tell you a little bit more about it later. I think you'll love it. And if you want to join me on the adventure, then happy days. Let's have a look. So this is the kimono. What we did was, let's go back to where we started, okay? So what we did to begin with, if I just turn this over, we doodled a kimono, right? We did the shape, didn't we? And then we put the design in the actual dress. That reminds me, I wanted to tell you about where we're going on Saturday. Dave, if you get a moment, could you just text me the name of the artist that we're going to see on Saturday? Hiroshida? I'm not sure. Can't remember, but I'd love to give the correct name. So what we did was we started doodling the Japanese scene within the kimono. And then I was showing you on, excuse me, on Monday, I was showing you how to mask off the area. So we're really getting into our landscapes here. And we masked off the outside area. We transferred the image, didn't we, to a piece of our stencil card. So this is the paper that we're working on. I think it's always important to know the surface that you're working on, because it changes the look completely. The thing about the stencil card is it's super smooth. If I was to put water, if I were to use water now and use watercolor paint, it would be fine. It wouldn't buckle. It wouldn't ripple. I'm using ink, and it takes the ink. If I wanted to use texture paste over the top through a stencil, it would do that too. Okay, so the stencil card is a real robust, all singing, all dancing cardstock. It's 300 GSM. Okay, so this is what I used here to transfer the image. So then I had the outline, you see. I didn't ink it, I just had the outline. And then what we did was we masked off the area. We masked off the area like this. And then we started using torn bits of paper, a couple of ink pads, and a couple of spot-on sponges to drag in the hills. And I have to say, it really does look like Japanese silk, you know. I put the masking tape in the wrong place there down the seam, but you know what? It doesn't make any difference at all. Yoshida, the generation. Yeah, thanks, Dave. Let me just take a look at that. Yoshida, 3 generations of Japanese printmaking. I'm interrupting my own thread here. Yoshida. So he's an artist. Fantastic artwork. You know that Japanese artwork that you know from Hokusai and the waves and that great big famous, right? So Yoshida, that kind of art, this kind of colorway. So they must be listening to me on Facebook, because there all of a sudden it pops up, Dulwich Gallery exhibition, Yoshida, 3 generations of this printmaking. I'm like, Dave, we gotta go. So I paid my ticket, 40 quid, and we're going to Dulwich on Sunday. Yeah. Very exciting to see this original artwork. This exhibition's apparently it's phenomenal. So I'm excited to go there. Like I said, I'm really into the Japanese kind of art, and I think it's reflected in what we're doing together here, isn't it? You know? So there you go. Yoshida, Dulwich. Dulwich is spelt like that. I know, only in England. Dulwich, okay? So if you were interested, Yoshida, 3 generations of Japanese printmaking, there's a superb exhibition if you're in the London area. And it's 3 generations of the same family, which is something, isn't it? Isn't that something? Okay. So you've got, like Ken's just saying, Hokusai, Hiroshige, you know, these guys are amazing. Ken, I think you would love, you and Anita ought to go up to see this in Dulwich. It'd be worth a trip. Okay. So there you go. That's what we're up to. And this is what we're doing today. So I thought it would be nice this evening if we press on with this, do the skirt, and then when we've done that, you see, then we're able to go back to our original illustration, and we can decide whether we add, you know, with our pens, then we could add a design over the top. You see, we can take the tree that we drew and we can take the picture in here and we can add it to this. But it's definitely, I think, it's easier to do the background first, yeah? Because I have this thing, if I start dragging ink, perhaps I'll move the line art. And also, when I'm doing the line art over the top, I can be quite specific about where I put a branch based on the background, so I don't hide a really lovely part of the hill, for example. I wouldn't go that way, maybe I'll go that way. Do you see what I mean? So this is random. I definitely didn't overthink it. Now, the other thing I wanted to mention, and this is just something about doing art, right? Just doing anything, okay? Top tip here. Do more than one. When you're working on a piece like this, if you think about it, I've always got two on the go, haven't I? At least. And the reason I do this is obviously because I'm the bus driver, so I want to get ahead of you guys. So I've always got one, and then we do one live. So I've always got one that I've already done, so I know where we're going, right? And then we do one together. So I've always got two on the go. And the thing about having 2, 3, or sometimes even 4, like think about the teapot, right, is that you're not completely attached, like emotionally attached to one piece. So if it goes not the way you want it to, it doesn't matter. You've got another one. So you're working on 2, 3, or 4 pieces, like 3 or 4 kimonos like this at the same time. It's not a it's not a long-winded process, is it? See what I'm getting at? What are you investing? A little bit of time and a little bit of donkey work, putting the templates down on here. And then, see, the point is, you say you've got 2 or 3 going, then what you do is, there's a lot of advantages to this. First of all, you're doing the same thing 2, 3, or 4 times. So muscle memory, you're getting good at it. Secondly, when you do it on the first one, you look at what you're doing. Could have done that differently. Too much ink on that one. Go a bit lighter on this one, right? So you're learning as you're going, and you're doing 2 or 3. If you screw up the first one, who cares? We're on the second one. You see? So you're not emotionally loading. You're not putting pressure on yourself. Yeah? And then at the end, best case scenario, you've got 2 or 3 or 4 perfect pieces of artwork. Yeah? But even at that, you've always got one to practice on. If one goes a bit awry or goes a bit off-piste or doesn't look quite like you wanted it, don't throw it away. Don't tear it up and go, oh, I'm rubbish. No, hang on to that, and you can use that as your rough one. So there's a lot to be said for not pinning all your hopes on one race. Do you see? Just saying, just saying. Now, let's have a look here. So we've got this, and now I'm going to put the same design in this area here as well. So we're going to pull that peachy colour down. Actually, it's tattered rose, yeah? And now let's have a look here. So I've got 2 going, see? A bit darker, a bit lighter, bigger, more scar. No, just different, a bit different. But I'm going to use this one, because to me, this is the better one, only because this is quite dark, okay? So I'll do this one now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to mask off this bit now, because I want to do, well, actually, I'm going to mask that bit off there first, because there's a line there, there's a join, isn't there, there? Oh, come on, great. Where's my scissors when they need them? See, we're getting ready to go to the workshop, so everything's kind of going into boxes here. Paul was up to his elbows in, but there's the original sketch. Mustn't lose that, because that's the idea. That's the mood board. See, I always do sketch it out first. Let's have a look at this one. Let's get out of the way. Okay. So I'm standing up and I'm looking at the angle. So I've got a bit of an angle here. So do you remember when we did this the other day, I showed you how you can go along here like so, right? And then if you want to change the angle, you use the masking tape, doesn't matter if you've got a bit of a crease in the masking tape, you can change the angle, see? And because I'm using this low tack masking tape, can I tell you, right, if you're not using our low tack masking tape, all I'll say is this is the best gear, because it really doesn't take any paper with it when you pull it off again. Right, it's so important, and this is mega important. If you're going to do the online course with me, honestly, you really do need this low tack. You need low tack masking tape, and I'm going to just say get the right gear, because if it tears the collage papers when we're working, well, what can I say except I warned you, all right? So we've got that. Now I'm going to make a line across the top there, where that, see, that's that there, like so. Right. Now, so I've got this line down here. This is the sash. This is the sash, isn't it? So it's coming around here and it's there. So the question is whether I want to keep that light or not. Let's see if we can keep it light. I'm going to see if I can do this. If I do that like so, actually, that line's pretty straight. So I could probably use that line as it comes, right? And then this one, because I can see through the masking tape, should be able to draw that like so, okay? That bit's not really crucial. Now I've got these scissors I've got, they're absolute rubbish. Hang on a minute, let me get some other scissors, because the ones I've got here are C for rubbish. Okay, so let me just try this. That's better. Right, okay. Yeah, when you come on the workshop as well, bring a good pair of scissors with you. Really. Right. It doesn't require much stash, if you know what I mean. Is my head in the way? Right. Let's just mask this bit off. Okay. I like this sort of artwork. I find it very, it's like therapy, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So we'll cover that bit up as well. So now, let me just check. I've covered up everything I want to cover up here. You see? So what do I want to do? I think I'm going to actually add another moon in this area here. Okay? Because when I look at my picture here, I've got a really rinky-dink little moon in there. So we'll go to our mini moons that come in the mask set. I'm just going to pop one of those right in there. That'd be fine. Okay, just as a, well, it looks like a button. Okay, so let's have a look at this. Oh, and I want to just cover that bit up because I'm not ready to do that yet. Yeah, we're embarking on a new adventure, friends. And it's funny how I don't know, it's like my artwork, or yeah, I say my artwork, it makes me sound like an artist. The artwork that we do together, it seems to be kind of organically working in the same direction. It's like I'm in this kind of zone at the moment with paper and Japan, you know, and even like the collages, they're coming out and they look, it's like I'm going Japanese on us. You know, even the artwork looks quite kind of linear. It's lovely. I love it, right? But I think it comes from staring at Japanese images all the time, you know, because I spend a lot of time in Japan House. Now we're going to Dulwich, you know, I buy lots of books. We watch a lot of YouTubes. We want to go to Japan. We're saving up for next year. You know, and then suddenly it seems to kind of, and also I think my pottery, I've always had a bit of a thing for Japanese ceramics, you know, but it just seems to be coming together. It's interesting. It's very interesting how the mind works. It really is. And now I think I can close the window. It's going to start tipping. Are we lucky that we've got this lovely little studio? Yeah, we are. Right, so now what I want to do here though, right, I want to put the hills here, and you can see there's a a line there. So I'm wigging this. I'm not sure what we're doing actually, but let's just say I'm going to make a water line. Let's make a water line there, right? So I'm just working on this tiny little area. You see here. So that's going to be, and that's a little area there. So I'm going to put loads of little hills and mountains in there, and then we'll worry about the bottom half afterwards. But let's just focus on this bit here. So what we need is the piece of torn paper that I had earlier. I've got a bit there and a bit there. Right, we're going to make mountains and hills. Okay, we can do this. We're going to do loads of them. So we'll start down here, darker, and it goes lighter and lighter and lighter as we go up. Okay, because, yeah, well, because this is nearer the front for a start. So this is the water edge here. So let's do this, and then we'll take it from there. I'm going to go with the same colour, so I want to be able to wear this, right? Tone in tone and all that. So I'm going to start with a little bit of, I think here though, I'm going to really lean into the pinky colours. But let's do a little bit, I wonder if we do a little bit of, see now, and the thing is, okay, the thing is with this, right, this is the experiment. If this doesn't work quite so well, I've got a second one. And if it doesn't work quite so well, I've still got my template, haven't I? I've still got the shape of the, just go again, you know, but you can see why. Yeah, here it comes. So I've got that. Let's take the, see what happens. Just build up this colour, okay? I reckon this will be cool. Let's have a look. Okay, want to be a bit darker? Oh, okay. Otherwise, by the time we get to the top, we won't see anything. Which is actually the way they seem to paint. It goes just like all misty, doesn't it? Have a look, when I take this away. All right, that will do for the first one. Yeah, that'd be nice. When we take it all off, it's like the grand reveal. You can't really see anything until you take it all off. Now we're going to do another one. So I'll move it over a little bit, and we're going to keep them quite tight. Look, they're quite tight. If you look at the sketch, we want quite a lot of land, mountains going up and up and up. Go like that now. Next one. Remember I said to you the other day that I tend to hold it while I'm working, and then I have to be careful. If you do this and then you just put it in place with a piece of low tack masking tape, I'll tell you what, if you don't buy this low tack masking tape, don't blame me if it does. And the thing is, do you know what? I don't even know how much we've got in stock. It's nothing to do with that. It's just to do with the fact that I know it works. I've picked up stuff at the DIY. There's some stuff called green frog or something, right? Because they said, oh, it doesn't bleed. So I bought that. What a bloody mess that made. Honestly. I mean, maybe it'll work on a canvas board, right? But I tried it on card, it ripped the card to shreds. So it's like, okay, well, we'll park that idea. We'll leave that. I think it works on canvas board, but it certainly doesn't work on card. I learned that the hard way. You know, you do all the work and you think, oh, good, it's not bleeding, did it? It bled like you know what, and then it ripped all the card up. So when I say this is good gear, what I'm saying is this is good gear. Washi tape. Yeah, I bought a load of washi tape, tried that, bled. So there you go. You've got to try it though, I suppose, haven't you? You've got to know. Right, let's go again. A little bit of this again. Right. We want to kind of just not go too heavy. So it's like you can add it, but you can't take it away, remember? Let's have a look what we get. Okay, that'll do. I don't want to do too much though. Let's get that. Brush, ink, see what happens. Try and remember that that's actually an area there as well. So lift it up, check what you got. All right, that will do for now. Right, so now we've got two hills there. This is going to look okay. This is going to look okay, friends. Now, let's have a look. What do I want to do now? I want to go in with another shaped hill. See, so I'm moving this along like that till I find another hill, but I'm keeping them real tight together on this part of the kimono. Okay, so I'll take my bit again. I love doing stuff like this. I really do. Right, here we go. Right, what else can I tell you while I'm doing this? Okay, so I've been having a think. Oh no, when does she ever not think? Right, so I've been having a think. BarbaraGrayBlog.com. Okay, so the blog's been going for a long, long time, since 2013, 2014, 10 years now, over 10 years, right? So I've lost my way a little bit on the blog because I tell you what happened. We got so involved in TV and we started using the blog to promote TV shows. Okay, so my one day at a time steps and, you know, BarbaraGrayBlog.com became more of a promotional blog for the TV. You know, we're on telly, like today, Jane was on telly. So today's blog was all about Jane on telly. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and you lose your kind of your momentum as a creative when you're promoting TV shows 3 times out of 5. Right, that looks good, look. So I was thinking about that. And I thought, right, taking it back, friends. So what I'm going to do, right, what I'm going to do is take my blog back. So write this down. If you don't follow the blog, you leave a comment as well, because sometimes I feel I'm a little bit isolated. I only ever get comments when I give prizes away, and I think that's a bit sad, isn't it? That people only say something if I'm, well, no, there's always, in your defense, friends, there are always the same group of people that always respect and like what I do, that always comment, that make me feel that it was worth the work. You know, I know, and I know who you are, and I love you for it, okay? And you're all in here as well. But there are, you know, it's funny that when I say, oh, I'm going to give away a £20 gift voucher or a £50 gift voucher, or I'm going to do this, then all of a sudden, you know, 150 people rock up and say, oh, really? Really? So I suppose I've got to get over that. You know, I don't do it for a pat on the back. I do it because I feel that people enjoy it. But then when nobody comments, you think, well, maybe there's nobody there. Am I just talking to myself again? It's weird. It's weird. You got to kind of figure it out. However, I think that what I want to do is take it back and start blogging more and doing more step-by-steps and being more creative. You got it? And so the TV promotional stuff that's been swallowing up my blog for a few years now. Who's that? Mark. Oh, cool. Our Mark. He's getting all excited about his wedding. Sister Grace, just tell Mark that Mum's live, will you? And I'll speak to him later. I can hear him pinging away trying to get hold of me. What was I saying? Yeah, so what I want to do is get more creative on our blog, and the television promotions. I spoke to Grace and the team, and we're going to migrate that over to the Clarity Matters blog, because Gracie, she spends a lot of time preparing the Saturday Share, which is a fabulous blog where all your artwork gets showcased like a gallery. And then on the Sunday, Grace goes to great lengths with one of our friends to do a step-by-step. You know, it's always a really, really, really valuable step-by-step. And that's on the Clarity Matters blog. So what I was thinking was that on my blog, I would start going back to doing more arty demos, you know, stuff like this, taking photographs, adding little videos, doing more free tutorial, interactive stuff with you guys, you know, sort of go back to where I was before. And do you remember I used to say Monday's blog is so-and-so, and Tuesday's blog is blue, and Wednesday's blog we go back, and Thursday's blog, and then Sunday's blog was a step-by-step and so on. So I thought, yeah, I'm going to hang my hat back on that poem because it really works for me. And I think we'll do that. Okay. So that was the other thing that I wanted to share with you, that we're moving the promotional stuff from the telly to the Clarity Matters blog, because they are Clarity Matters, okay? And then that way, that frees me up, that opens up my personal blog again, and I can start getting arty, do a bit of pottery, you know, just really get back get back on it. There you go. Just get back on it. So I've lost my way a little bit. That's the truth. And you know, it's one thing after another. Your dad died. he was ill for a long time, so I lost my way a little bit then. And then you know, we got gobbled up by the TV promotional stuff. So we were desperate to get that on track. So then you know, and so it goes on, and then before you know it, you look at where you are and you think, this isn't what I want it to be at all. It's sad. You know, it's sporadic, it's unloved, and so I'm going back for it. Look, doesn't this look nice? Right? But now I think I'm going to come in now with the orangey colour, with the tattered rose. Okay. So that's the other news, is barbaragrayblog.com it's called. I think we're going to really get into that, right? Let's have a look. Okay, that's dark. So we'll get rid of the excess, because you know what I'm going to say. You can always add it, but I can hear you saying it. Yeah, but you can't take it away. Right, so we'll add a little bit of depth up there, because it's coming through from the top bit, right? This is the theory anyway. Hope this works. I didn't screw it up. If I did, right, well, here's the good news. I'm pretty sure there's another one of these floating around somewhere. Yes, there is. See? So if the first one works, well, happy days. And if it doesn't, then happy days. Okay, so where's my other brush? Let me just get my other brush. Let's take a look at this. And then I'll show you, then I'm going to talk to you about the workshop that we've launched. Right, this is exciting stuff, friends. Okay, the online workshop. Get this colour going. Yeah, so we do you know this? I'll tell you what happened today. I went to work and we were powering. There's so much involved with this, right? So much involved before we can just hit launch, right? And so so Jim was doing the back end of the website. He was getting all that loaded. Lisa was putting together. We were finessing the packs, because when you sign up, right? This is how it works. When you go to our website and you go to Lighthouse Online Course, right? What happens is you buy, it then goes to another place, because the idea is with the workshop that everything is going to be on one platform. So come October, when we do the shop, you know, the live session will be in this new place, this kind of classroom hub. The live session will be there. The pre-recorded session will be there, complete with subtitles for anybody who might need subtitles, right? The pre-recorded session will be there if you want to go back and look at it without all the banter from the live session. There'll be a hangout room, like a place where you guys, where everybody who joins in the tutorial, anybody who signs up for it can go and hang out and share their findings, and all that stuff had to be linked up to the product so that you receive an email immediately from that place. So there's a lot of back end work going on there, right? That was what Jim was doing. In the meantime, Lisa and she was putting together this beautiful package, because as soon as you sign up and pay £65 less your discount, you know, etc., for the course, right? We were putting together this beautiful package. I mean, you're going to be so impressed when you get, I was chuffed when I saw what Lisa had done. So she's designed this beautiful wrap, and it says everything that's on it, and it's just graphically delightful, right? And inside is all the stuff that you need and the list. Then I had to write a newsletter or a letter explaining to you in our kind of language how it's going to work, you know, so that you know. And for me, what's important is that you know every step of the way. There's a helpline, there's a chat line, there's somebody on call to make sure that you're signed up, that you're logged in, that you will find us, and so on and so on and so on. So there was a lot going on, right? We finally got it done. Hit the launch button, and Paul was checking it online in the other room, and within 5 seconds. And we were all in the room going, go on, Jim, hit go. And then he hit it within 10 seconds. Paul was in the room going, you got the wrong date. It was like, Oh my God. So then, quick, edit, 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 before anyone sees it. It was funny. I mean, to her as human, we were laughing our heads off. Finally, everything's perfect. Everything's right. 12th of October, not the 7th of September. I don't know where that one came from. Anyway, and so on and so on and so on. Right. Got it right. I was absolutely cream crackered. I said, Dave, I've got to go home and have a little nap. So we came home and I closed my eyes. I slept like a baby for 3 hours. I only woke up at 6 o'clock. 3 hours. I was out for the count. So I'll be up all night now. You know, it's the adrenaline. It's the excitement. It's trying to work it all out. Your brain is going, you know, really. And there's other things going on at the same time. It's not just this, but it was a bit of a game. Yeah. So today was a day to to get through. Yeah. There you go. And in the meantime, poor old Paul's, he's got my list, which is as long as my arm, of all the stuff that we need for the retreat next week. So he's up to his elbows in in little project bags. So he said, I'm gonna do the bags. I'm going to make sure everybody at the retreat has got a little bag, so we haven't got to hand it all out all the time. I said, well, if you feel that's going to be more useful, Paul, you do what you think's best. So that poor bloke was doing that all day. In the meantime, Jane was on telly. This is going to look so good, friends. Right, are you ready? Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look what we got now. So if this worked, right, we've got, let's have a look. We'll take this one off first because we might use it again in a minute. Well, we will for this bit. So we'll take that off, we'll take this off. We've made that little scene there. So we can use all this again. Right, that's that, that's that, that's that. Look, it's really nice. So we've got this bit. Then this is the water. Remember, I'm building a scene here. So this is the water, this bit. And then we've got that bit there. So now we want this bit. Okay, I needed that line there to make the water. You get it? Right, let me concentrate on this. So if I do that now, like that, that's going to be that mask there again, okay? Now we're going to move the water line above. So we're going to cover that up, like so. Now we're underneath. Now, if we look at our picture, we need this water bit. So the water bit is a little bit of blue, but you've got to know that you don't want too much, because you can always add it afterwards as well. So we need kind of a line here, right? So let's have a look if we've got something like that here. Have a look, you could go like that, or to my mind, that's looking like the right, that one there's about right, isn't it? There, like that. If we do that one, it's a bit too, comes up too tall there. Have a look, you could do that and that falls away. Right, back to the original one. So if we do this one here like this, okay, let's see if this works. So we go like that. This is the water bit, like so. Right, stick that in place. Be aware, always be aware that you've got other bits of artwork around you here, haven't you? There. So this is going to be a really light bluey colour. We don't have to add too much. Let's just put a little bit in, because we can always, oh, Barbara, right, we can always add a bit. It wants to be kind of white there, really, and then darker here. It's going to be a bit underwhelming, this, I know it is, but I reckon just do this. This is the watery bit, okay? I reckon this will work. Are you doing this, or are you going to try it on your own later? Okay. Gracie says that 33 people have joined the workshop already. 33, and so we can only go for 100 until then we change. Do you remember I said to you the other day, the tariff that we've signed up for, I thought that 100 was a bit optimistic, but I thought that 20 odd was a bit too not enough. Well, I was right there. Chuffed. Probably haven't done the work yet. Well, we have. We've done, you know, it's the setup, isn't it? It's like this. The setup for the workshop is as important, if not more important, than the actual delivery, you know? It's the prep, isn't it? getting it right, getting all your ducks in a row. That's what we're doing. We're getting all our ducks in a row. So let's have a look if we're going to, see, this is going to look good. This is the bottom now of the lake, if you like. See what we've got. We take this away. So we want it quite white up there, but not white. Let's have a look if we take this away. Oh, can you see it? Can you see what we're doing? See, let me take that away. Let's see. Yeah. So now you've got the lake. We've kept it nice and light there. So let me say something else here. This is all about contrasts. You see, contrasts. And even though we're just doing it, and you know, I'm not a theory artist. I'm not a theory artist. I don't use color wheels. I use these. I use my eyes and, you know, and my experience. But what I do know is that when I look at something like this, what's really important is the contrast. If I made the water too dark here, then you wouldn't see enough difference between the hill in the background there and the water here. Do you see what I'm getting at? So it's all about contrast. And on that note, right, I'm going to pitch my online workshop, because I think it's a perfect opportunity at this stage to exactly talk about. Let me just move this, because this is going to be so beautiful, right? Let's just leave this over here for a minute. Now, let's talk about this workshop that I'm going to do. This is it. This is the paper collage. There was so much interest online when I did this that it kind of sparked that, given with, you know, I've got to come up with some other ideas if I'm going to keep going. You know, I'm 65. I can't do the exhibitions anymore. I'm knocking on. But if I want to keep being involved with you and keep you involved, you know, we do the retreats, of course, and people come from all over the world for the retreats, but a lot more people can't make it for whatever reason. They can't travel, they're too far away. You know, it's a big investment, it's a time suck, you know, there's a long way to come. And there's nothing quite like being together, I've got to say that. Right. But the next best thing is to put on a really, really nourishing, enjoyable online workshop. So that's where I've decided to redirect. And Jim at work and Lisa and Jack, we're all working towards now this online workshop experience, right? So when I did this collage using our infusion papers, there was a lot of excitement around it. In fact, what it was, right, let me just show you. This was the first one I did, because I was getting to grips with it. And what I was using was our infusion papers, right? And you know what I just said about contrasts? You look at this. See, this is the thing. And this is what I want to kind of teach you when we do this, right? We're going to do this one in the retreat together next week. And then we're going to do this one online on the 12th of October. And this is the paid online one. So this one's kind of dipping your toe in it. This one is a little bit more involved. So even if you're coming on the retreat, like Ken, he's doing this one, right, with me. But I saw straight away he was one of the first to sign up to do this one. Ken Kilminster, of course. He's the dream team for me on the other side, right? So he's coming to do this online, but he's coming to do this in Ditton. But the point I'm making is that when you look at these pieces of artwork, you see there is contrast, there is difference. There is difference in the shapes, right? But there's similarity. So what we're looking at here is, and this is what I want to sort of teach you, is how to create contrast, but that doesn't, black and white is contrast, you know, red and blue is contrast, but to make it really beautiful, you have to pick the colors that are sort of tone in tone. So if I said they're different, but they come from the same world, they come from the same family, you know, and that's the kind of thing that we did it for you by putting together peppermint, by putting together Darjeeling. The families are already there for you, right? And what we're doing here is we're combining colors. See, what's interesting is when you put the lighthouse one next to this one, look, see, they're the same but different. I'm using some similar papers, but not all the same ones. The only one that really, there's one, the dark one, that runs through, right? But it means that when they go on the wall next to each other, they sit beautifully next to each other. You see? And so, and so the idea is that we do that one in the retreat, then we do this one in line. So if you go to the website and you put in Lighthouse, if you go to claritycrafts.com or claritystamp.com and you put in Lighthouse, and then it will come up, pop up, online, live course, etc., etc., right? And then you'll get an email, you'll receive an email that will tell you exactly what's going on, all right? And then, provided that this is well received, so this is the other thing, of course, on the online course, you're going to get, as soon as you get your package, the package gives you all the things that you need. I've included a list in the package that tells you what else you need, which is not a lot, really, honestly. You need a Pritt stick, you need low-tack masking tape, you need scissors, you need it's all there. Everything is really minimal, okay? And then you'll get access as soon, closer to the time, you'll get another email, and it will give you an invitation and a link to get into this inner circle thing, into this hub, this classroom area. Right, and that's where the room is, where you can hang out with all your mates and you can talk. That's where the live session will be found. That's where the pre-recorded session will be stored, so that you can look at that and you can go back, and that will be there for 2 months, 60 days. We'll keep that area open for you, you know. And then if that works really well, oh, and also, right, I've got to show you these because they're so lovely. Okay, so Lisa's made cards. So when you get your package, you'll get a beautiful greeting. You know, we make these cards, don't we? Pinky grey. So you'll get a beautiful card, and that will be your guide. So you'll be sitting, so you're not going to have to keep waiting for me to show you this, you know, so you know what it looks like. You're going to have that in front of you. So you've got your guide, so you know exactly. But it's also a beautiful card that will come with an envelope, so you can send it to a friend. And if you chose, for example, to make this and then send this to a friend, what a beautiful gift that would make, right? So that is what we're aiming for. Cool. Right, so this has all come together today. No wonder I had to sleep for 3 hours this afternoon. I tell you, it knocked me out today, just trying to get everything sorted, you know. It's like teeing everything up, and I want it to be right. I want it to be a really cool experience for you. It needs to be good, okay? And then if it's good and you love it, right, da-da, 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 so then we're going to go to the Mark 3, the viaduct. So this is even more involved. Love this one. And if you've done that one and you've done that one, you'll be ready to do this one. Okay, so that's it. It's a 3-part course. And what we'll do is we'll do the retreat one next week, and then I'll go away and I'll make a pre-record, and then I'll offer it online as a course. So that people, obviously the people that have done it with me in Ditton, they don't need to sign up for it. But those of you who want to do make a trilogy, right? Then we'll tee that one up as well. So we're turning it around, and we're doing number 2 first online. Then we'll do number 1. Then we'll do number 3. Okay, you get me? I'm excited about this. It's a new direction. It's a new direction for me, and yeah, it doesn't impact anything other than, you know, like we've concluded we can't do the exhibitions anymore. We're too old for that lark. You know, I did them for 30 years. That'll do. Could you do the retreat one online? Yes, Sue, that's what I said. Exactly that. So the retreat one, once I've done the retreat, I'll do a pre-record, and then we'll tee it up exactly like the Lighthouse one, right? In October, perhaps in November we'll do that one, and then we'll do the You know, there's no rush, but maybe we could do the viaduct one in January. Yeah, when the when the days are short and the nights are long. You know, it's something really lovely to do. I think so. I think so. Let's see what the response is. I think the response is really great. Grace says there's 36 people already signed up. That's exciting. And we haven't even sent out an e-shot yet. And when we send out our emails, I've got to tell you, friends, that's usually where we get the biggest upclick on anything that we do, because it goes out to many, many thousands of people rather than just us here. Do you see? But you heard it here first. There you go. So let's go back to our kimono, because I think this is going to be so nice. Let's have a look. So we've done that, and now we've got this bit. So if we go back to our picture, right, okay, we've got a little bit of land down here. That's good. Let's get a bit of land going. Okay, right. So we've got a bit of land down here as well. Now that's a bit too, what do I think? Because we're going to have people walking down here. I reckon that's probably about it there. So that joins that there like that, I reckon. Okay, let's do a bit of blue in here. What do we think? Yeah, so that's it really, friends. Tonight, I just wanted to make sure that you know what's afoot. And I've told you all about the online course. Next week, an e-shot will go out, and then we'll get a really good response from that, I'm sure. But you heard it here first. And other than that, yeah, Barbara Gray blog, I've told you about that. So I want to do a really nice step by step. I want to start them up again with little videos. Yeah, we've got the means, we've got the capacity, you know, we've got the capability. So let's do it. I've kind of gone full cycle, you know, and I started with landscapes. Do you remember torn bits of paper, brayer, moons? This is exactly where I started out. And those of you who've been with me for 20 years, you know that, right? Ken, where did we start? This is exactly where we started. And I'm coming full cycle. You know, I kind of lost my way a little bit, if I'm honest. And now I'm back in the room. And funnily enough, it was Eileen Godwin who kind of gave me a little kick up with proverbial. And she said, you know, Barb, you know, because I said, I just don't know where I'm going anymore. And she said, well, there was a time when you used to do landscapes, people used to just stop what they were doing and be like that. And she said, what's happened? Where are you? Where are you? And I thought, well, I've never forgotten how to do it. And she said, well, everyone else is doing it and you're not. She said, go back to that and watch. And as soon as I put those shoes on again, it was the weirdest thing. As soon as I put, like on Sunday, on telly, I did, you know, torn bits of paper, making little landscapes inside a leafy mask, and everybody went, yes, she's back. And I thought, I never went away, but I really just, I went off, you know, trying to accommodate what I thought people wanted on television. And now I have to kind of steer back and go to thine own self be true. Do you understand? So that's where I'm headed now. And I'm in love with it. I'm in love with this kind of artwork. And I never forgot how to do it. I just forgot my way a little bit. I lost my way a little bit, you know. And the shackers, us lot, you know, this is exactly what we like doing, isn't it, really? So I'm going to do this bit a bit darker, because in a minute, see, so now I've got that, So what we've got here, I reckon, let's have a look, we've got that bit down there. So we're not going to finish this, but do you know what I'll do? Right, here we go. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take this and I'm going to do tomorrow on my own in here, right? I'll do this step by step, because you've heard me 1,000 times now about how to hold the sponge, how to make a mushroom, blah, blah, blah. Right, I'll take photos and I'll go bit by bit by bit, and I'll take photos, and then I'll do a step by step. Let me think. Saturday. I'll do it tomorrow, and then I'll pitch it on Saturday. BarbaraGrayBlog.com. I think Saturday I'll have time. If it's not Saturday, it'll be Monday. Okay, I'll do it. Okay, so I've already promised I'll do something else on Sunday. Another step by step using the plate, because somebody was saying they really wanted to see the plate demo that I did a couple of weeks ago. So I'm doing a cool another landscape on Sunday, step by step. But that's what I'm saying. I need my blog to do this kind of artwork. I'm sure you understand me, don't you? Eh? I know you do. So if I take this away now, let's have a look what we've got. Gently does it. Right. Oh, I love it. Look at this. There you go. So I've got that bit there now. Oh, hey, look. And then, see, I've got to still do this bit here with the little people. And then I've got to lift it, cover that up again. So that's the important bit. I'm not going to lose this because I'm going to use it again, right? So we'll use that. But now, in a minute, I'm going to mask this bit off, isolate that area, and then I'm going to put another lovely pattern in that area there. So that, my friends, listen, it's 8 o'clock. That'll do. That'll do, friends. I'm going to do this in just, I'll put on some lovely Japanese music. I'll drink some lovely matcha tea. I'll think about my friends, and I'll do a photo, an in-depth photo, step by step. So we finish the cake for kimono. And then I want to see all your fantastic kimonos all popping up on Facebook. That gives me joy like you don't know. Now, let me see. Is there anything else I need to tell you? We're beefing up the internet here. The next session for here will be Monday, the 7th of October. Then there'll be the craft along on the Thursday, right? So Monday and Thursday, off we go again. And then on the 12th, that's when we're going to start our online. And we're starting at 1:30 in the afternoon, the Lighthouse online course. I thought if we start it at 1:30 in the afternoon, it gives our American friends, at least the East Coasters, it gives them a chance to join in live. But even if the West Coasters can't join in, they can always watch the pre-record. They can watch the live as well. We'll record the live. We'll have the pre-record there with subtitles for anybody who needs subtitles. It will all be there for you. You can either watch the one back with all the banter, or you can watch the one that's just a polished full length video, how to. Yeah, you've still got access to the room, you still get the material. There's plenty of time. We could send it to the other side of the world. If you're in Australia, we could definitely get you the kits in time, because we've got until the 12th of October to get it to you. So I could bring it over personally. I wish I could. That's on my list, on the bucket list as well. New Zealand and Australia. So there you go. That's what we're doing. Have I missed anything? I've done that. I've done that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. Dullage, make more than one. There you go. I've said everything I have to say. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for joining me this evening. I think we've got everything. Dave says you may have to finish the kimono over the next few days. There's a lot going on, Barb. Yeah, that's true. Okay. I'll put the kimono step by step on Monday. I know I'm going to have enough time over the weekend, although I do have that pottery to do. I've got to do some glazing as well. There's a wedding present that needs glazing. All right, Monday, I'm doing it, okay? I could be up all night doing it. I've been asleep all afternoon, Dave. Lots of love. Have a fabulous few weeks. You know where we are. If you want to catch up with me, BarbaraGrayBlog.com. You know Clarity Matters. The Saturday share is full of your beautiful artwork. Sunday, superb step-by-steps by the design team. We're on Create and Craft most weeks. And yeah, and stay in touch. And don't forget, if you fancy a really joyful experience online, then sign up for the Lighthouse. Lots of love. Bye-bye now.